Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is day number, I guess it would be day number 14, which is not really day number 14, but this is how to play Malians like a professional gamer. Malians actually have, funnily enough, Malians have the lowest win rate on the ladder by far. But I actually don't think that Malian is that bad of a civ. I would actually put them pretty high up there. I don't think they're bad at all. I would probably say they're A tier right now. But apparently ladder win rates are pretty brutal for Malians, and they're at like 43-44%, which is kind of funny. But yeah, that's why I don't really look at ladder win rates for like balance proof or anything like that. Just consult your nearest professional player about the balance. You know what I mean? And obviously not every pro player will agree on every civ tier list and what best civs are and so on and so forth, but I think pro players will agree that Malian is not the worst civ in the game. Let me put it that way. Just like OTD is not the best civ in the game, like the win rate suggests on the ladders, so... Alright, so I'm gonna play 5-6 games. I have done these videos for 13 other civilizations. We got Malian, Ayyubid, and JD left. And that's it. I'm gonna just talk to my thought process in these games, discuss what I'm doing, what's happening, and hopefully you guys can learn something. Now, the builds with Malian that I'm gonna do, most likely they're just going to be cow booms. I have played some 2TC, so I'm just gonna give opinion on 2TC straight away before we get into it. 2TC, I thought it might be a really good build into just regular cow boom, but it's too greedy, and here's why. Cow boom is like adding a TC, right? You're adding a lot of production, or sorry, like cow ranches. You're adding a lot of cows, so it's like making a second TC. So if you go 2TC plus cows, you're basically going 3 town centers, and it's like you don't really need that, right? So with that being said, going 2TC without cow boom also doesn't make sense. So cow boom, just cow boom into castle is, in my opinion, the best way to play Malian. And the change that they made to TC, where the TCs cost gold instead of stone, is still really good because it makes Malian, like cow boom into fast castle, really smooth and easy to transition into second TC. It's a lot more noticeable and it's a lot better. And I noticed myself going for a lot more second TC than I used to with Malian in castle, because like I said, it's just very convenient. You're just like, ooh, I have extra wood. Obviously you have gold because you have a lot of gold income, and you're like, okay, let me just throw down a second TC, and you just kind of boost your economy further. So yeah. Now let's go for Menza Quarry. I don't know where his scout is. Get up on the sheep there. I don't know if his scout went upwards or downwards, but I guess we'll see. I think it... Oh no, it didn't go here. Okay, so it went to my side of the map, which is good for me. I should get a good amount of sheep. Now with Malian, you don't need a lot of sheep, but it's still good to get them, right? You don't want to run out of food super early. So it's not like the end of the world because you can't just eat a cow, but you kind of don't want to do that. Now I'm playing against Ayyubid. Ayyubid is like one of those civs that can be aggressive or castle rush, so my response kind of depends on what he's gonna do. So if he is gonna go aggressive, I'm gonna make units. If he doesn't go aggressive, I'm gonna cow boom. That's how that works. So we will see what he decides to do. He's chopping a lot of wood. I want to see what wing he's going for. I'm gonna get wheelbarrow, and the first thing I want to do is get all the eco upgrades. I'm gonna get wheelbarrow. That is eco wing, which actually doesn't say much because it could still be fast castle or it could be aggression, but he had a lot of villagers on wood, so I feel like he might be making units and being aggressive, but we'll see. Now I need to go back home and actually scout where the gold mines are on my side of the map. I think I got more sheep than him, so that's very nice. We like that. Okay. And yeah, so if he's not making any units, I can just I think he will, because he had a lot on wood. I'm just gonna pre-prepare. I'm just gonna make actually I'm gonna go archer range first. The reason I think he will be aggressive is because he built lumber camp, and you don't build a lumber camp if you're rushing castle, because you can just chop these trees and then make a tower. But the fact that he did that kind of makes me believe that he will be a little cheeky. Okay. Let's see. Now I have one goal there. You kind of always want to go for the big gold if you can. Obviously sometimes that's not possible because it's too far, but that's kind of the plan. If I don't have a gold here, then my other golds are on the other side of the map. Now Gorge is a map it's not bad for Malian, but it's not bad for Malian, but sometimes you cannot really take your gold super quickly. So that's something you need to be careful of. Okay, so I was right. He is making units, which is very nice, because I already made production buildings. I'm gonna get all the eco upgrades, and we're just gonna commit to making units. I'm gonna get blacksmith, and we're just gonna sit here for now. So not gonna go too crazy. I do want to see how much he's committing to this. I want to see if he's like all-inning. Is he just okay? He's committing. So he's got archers and horsemen now. So I'm gonna stay on one gold. I'm not gonna go for more, and I'm just gonna make donzos and javelin throwers. So that's kind of my plan here. Need to get more workers and food. Now, I don't think he's going for like second TC or something, but we'll check just in case. My scout might die, which is actually pretty bad. I don't want that to happen. I would like... Okay, he's going on outside food sources. Yeah, I think he's committing. Okay. Now I can actually, because I'm not going for second pit in the mine, and I'm not needing a lot more wood, I can actually go for move some villagers from the wood to gold. And we're just gonna kaboom and defend with one pit mine. I wish my scout didn't die because I wanted to scout the top side, but it is what it is, I guess. So that's kind of bad for me, but it is what it is. And losing scout is usually pretty bad no matter what city you play, because I would really like if I could see right now if he is making units or he's aging up, because he might also be aging up, so pretty bad to lose the scout there, is what I'm trying to say. Now I'm gonna put 10 on gold, and I'm just gonna start pumping out more stuff. I think I can fight here. Don't think he has that many units yet. Okay. So yeah, we're just gonna continue the cow boom, nothing crazy. Now, that is not a lot of units. I'm actually gonna move across the map. He might be aging up right now, and he just did that to kind of scare me into producing a lot of units. That's kind of what Ayyubid players like to do. So I'm just going to move across the map and pressure his gold. And even if we have to fight, I'll be okay, I think. See that? That's the same amount of units. He's aging up. That's the same amount of units as he's had earlier. Yeah, he's aging up. So now I need to age up super fast. Otherwise, I'm just gonna fall behind. Oh, he's losing a lot here. I think he's worried that I'm attacking. I can stop producing units, and a really good thing about my Civ, Malian, I forgot what the Civ is called. Really good thing is that even if he goes for like Gulams, I can spam Musafati warriors in feudal, so it's pretty good because of it. Okay, we push him off the gold. That's pretty good. Maybe I could get +1 range attack just to have some stuff going on there. And now I'm just looking to age up and preferably figure out what his next step is. Okay, his units are back. Back home, he's defending, is probably on sheep right now. And yeah, I just pushed him off of every food source or resource, whatever you want to call it. And I still don't know what he's making.
What Civ should I play for the month?
I still don't know what he's making exactly. He must be on the top golds, I think. And right now, I just want to slowly age up. There's a lot of units there. I want to kill the scout. Okay. I'm gonna move my workers because I don't want to lose stuff. Okay, he was on gold here. And even though these archers are upgraded, I mean, I have, what are they called? I have javelin throwers that are obviously going to do really well. So right now everything looks pretty good. He's taking a good amount of damage. I'm fine. I don't think I lost a single worker. He's lost his whole army. He has some idle workers running. I don't know where they are. I'm just gonna rotate, go back home. And I'm not stopping unit production. I'm still making units here and there. That's a mistake a lot of people do with Malian. They're like, oh my god, I gotta age up. But you don't need to age up. Because you, again, you have Musafatis that can deal with, what's it called? You have Musafatis that can deal with... sorry, I'm trying to play and talk at the same time and bring capacity in there. They can deal with armored units, so you're not under any like serious threat to die or something like that. And because it's Ayyubid, let's not go for what's it called? Let's not go for cavalry units. Let's just go for mass melee units, because I think that would be quite good. And because I have enough javelins, I feel pretty good swapping to archers, so I'm gonna start doing that. Archers are very, very strong, so that would be a pretty good thing to transition to, especially with poison arrows and stuff. Okay, he's gonna kill some stuff there. I think he's severely overextending here. Yeah, I'm not really sure if this is the best move, but... Yeah, he's sacrificing his whole army in order to do this, which again, I don't really mind at all. Okay. Like some more javelins. Let's upgrade our spearmen. I haven't seen any cavalry, so he might have stopped making cavalry units. I'm not sure what his plan is. I'm gonna get some eco upgrades. He did not take the relics, so I'm gonna try to take that too. And then we're gonna rally some more units onto the gold. We're gonna kill this. And let's just start transitioning to archers, shall we? Good stuff. Okay, he's got a mango now. Wait, what? I should stop making donzos. And now we gotta do some micring. He's going pure archer and mangonos, it seems like. Yeah, he's using attack ground. Maybe I should go for what's it called? Maybe I should go for some sofas. Because if this is his unicomp, but I don't think I need to actually. I think I'm just gonna stick with this. I just have way more units than he does, so I don't think this thing is gonna work necessarily. Okay, I'll just roll him over. Oh, there he is, GG. So that was a game where he tried to do some fake pressure. I recognize that he is faking it, and one of the ways you can see it is because his unit count was not increasing. You have to mentally keep track of how many units he has. So he had 3 horsemen plus a scout, and he had 6 archers. None of those units increased, which means he was aging up. So yeah, after that, I mean, he lost a horseman, right? He lost 2 horsemen here, I think, and then he lost horseman and scout here. He only had archers, and by attacking, I could see what units he's making, and then you can just adjust based on that. I made some more donzos because I assumed he's gonna go cavalry, but he kind of just all-in off of mass archer and a mangono. But mangono with some good micro, you're gonna be fine. It doesn't really matter what he went for. Like if he went for gulams, I would have Musafari warriors. If he went for more cavalry, I already had donzos. So yeah. If you manage to do a kaboom and defend it and do it in a proper time, you're gonna have just way more units than your opponent. So Malian is like the civ that you don't want to be making that early siege against, simply because you have so many units with Malian. Like Mangonel is really good if you can protect it, but if he has 20 units and I have 40 units, a Mangonel is not gonna help him, right? Because you can just kind of completely overwhelm. I want to see how you defend Haywire English all-in. I mean, I can do 2 games against him. I can do a normal game on Arabia, and then we can play another game on Haywire if you guys want. I don't really care. Like Malian is very good. Malian is one of the best civs. Oh, you guys want that? Okay. Malian is one of the best civs you can play on smaller maps, which is kind of funny. What did you guys want to see on Haywire? I love how people are like a white tower rush. Yeah, nobody's gonna survive to do a white tower rush. You just kill them. Okay, let's go. Let's do. Okay, so we'll do Haywire, and then we're gonna do Dry Arabia, like a more normal game. So he's gonna do Council Hall. I mean, I told him just do longbows. So yeah, mass bombard knights and Haywire. Yeah, I mean that's the kind of vibes I get. It's like, how do you beat Ottoman Great Bombard on Haywire? It's like, who the fuck survives that long? So you always want to go directly at your opponent on Haywire so that you can take his sheep. Now I'm gonna put the rest of my sheep in the back, actually, not in the front, because when he pushes, I want him to not be able to harass my sheep, like trying to pick off my villagers or something. Another thing you can do in Haywire, and this is the same for like any civilization, I guess. You should kill these deer ASAP if you can, so that he can't push them to his TC. So because we have big gold here, I'm just gonna abuse the fact that we have big gold. So I'm just gonna overmake houses. By the way, where's my wood line? I didn't get a small... This is my small wood line? What the fuck? So I'm just gonna go like full houses around it. But this is kind of funny. Like, I don't have a wood line. But it's fine. I did not want to destroy that tree. Fucking hell. Okay, so this is gonna give me plenty of gold income. I did not want to destroy that tree, but it is what it is. I do have 50 wood for... can you maybe share a few sheep? He got 2? How many do I have? I'll give him this. But there's no way he got 2. I'll give him 6. I think I took his a lot in the middle. Okay, so he's aging up right now. Now I went greedy, so my age up is gonna be a bit later, right? But that is fine because I can use more villagers to age up. So what I want to do as I'm aging up, I want to make sure that I have archer range. If I have archer range, I'm chilling. I'm gonna age up with that many. We're just gonna go on wood and get an archer range started, because all you need is to make javelin throwers and you're good to go. Now, what's important is I'm going to keep track of his longbow. So if his longbow go here, I might do a little wall here to prevent him from attacking this. If longbows come from here, I might just move my units there, right? So it's very, these small maps are very like situational. There's a lot of weird stuff that can happen. And I'm using 6 workers, but if you look at the age ups, we're almost identical, right? So what I did is I went greedy early to make more houses so I can have more income. Like, look how much gold income I have, 122. But it's completely okay because I'm aging up at pretty much the same time as he is. Longbows are coming out. Let's get an archer range up. I can get a double broadaxe if I want. He's going top side, which is okay. He's gonna start working on that. If he went to the bottom, I would just pull these guys and send them to food. It doesn't matter because I got my archer range up. I have a lot of gold, as you can see, because of the because of all the pit mines. And the moment javelin thrower comes out, I'm already in a good position. I don't care if I lose these houses. It's whatever. Just gonna go more javelins. I'm gonna go double broadaxe. I'm gonna get wheelbarrow here too, because why not? And at this point the game should be over. And again, this is the reason why Malian is so good on smaller maps, is because you can do stuff like this. And then you don't even need outside food sources, right? Because you can just get gold here, you can make cows, you can do whatever you want. I'll make this too. And now we're just making javelin throwers. We're chilling. Okay. Now I'm gonna just put my scout here to see where if the longbows are coming from the bottom or something like that. And the whole point of this is to not overextend. Like, he's not doing anything now. He's killing my houses, which is like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna get +1 ranged armor, which is gonna be very good. I'm gonna go snipe that. He sees it. It's fine. He's trying to come here. I'm gonna go snipe that. And this is a map where I can go Farimba pretty easily, because upgrading all these javelin throws will be really nice. I don't need this much wood, but it's fine. Let's put some workers on gold. My +1 ranged armor is almost done, which is very nice. I could also go and scout where the other golds are. That's another thing I could do. And maybe just send the villager right now and make pit mine there. Because he's not gonna have availability to go all the way there to deny that. Because what is he gonna deny with? He would have to kill it with longbows or rams or something, which is not gonna work. I don't know if you saw that. I'm gonna defend him a little bit. The rest of his army is here. Quick garrison. Boom. Sniped. I'm running out of sheep, which is okay, because I have more units and there are a lot better units. We're just gonna build that for gold income. And now I feel pretty comfortable to just go on my gold. And now we can just chill here. I'm gonna get my scout back because I want to see if he's like trying to age up or something. I might need to fight that. Actually, I'm gonna also go for +1 range attack. Okay, he's making rams. Okay, I was gonna say I'm gonna go for siege engineering, but because he does have a ram, means he is all inning. So I'm just gonna get more fighting units. The tower doesn't do any damage, so I'm just gonna run past it. I don't really care about it. Now, him spending 200 resources on a ramp is a lot of resources. You might not think it's a lot, but it's a lot of resources because his economy is not that great. So I'm just gonna sit here and kill the ram. There's only one unit inside of that, so yeah. Okay, he's probably gonna repair that. I do want to get siege engineering after all. And I mean, I'm chilling, you know. Let's get siege engineering. I want to make a ram just to destroy this. And now we're gathering some gold, finally. You can see my gold is increasing. I got all my upgrades. So I'm using 11 to mine on gold because I want to mine as much as possible before he commits to pushing again, right? Let's go for that. Let's go for some more cows. And yeah, feeling good. I would like to see if he is mining gold, because he might be trying to age up. But I actually think with these units and the RAM and all that, I don't think he has enough food to do that. I might be wrong, that's why you should always scout. These units are forfeit in the tower. Now these men-at-arms are tanky and annoying, but he can't afford to make them, especially on Haywire. So if I just do this, and I say let's fight. And surprise Pikachu javelin throwers beat longbows. Making more cows. And at this point, my economy is better. I don't even need to micro, I can just aim move. I can just aim move. Longbows lose pretty badly to javelins. And obviously this is a weird game right now. I have like nothing on food, right? But I have some cows. But it's just how the game goes. So I can just ram this and start killing him. So yeah, if the game gets weird, it is what it is. Okay, yeah, he's making farms because obviously he has gold. He's only 3 on gold, so he's not looking to age up. Now I can push here. I can just do this and I can go around and attack something else. Now with Malian, obviously you don't want to go farms super early, but this game is weird, right? So this game is weird, so I'm just gonna start making farms wherever I have space, because why not? I can also just eat cows if I wanted to. Or I can just make farms. Now what I can also do is I can protect those farms. Stuff like this. Like that. I could also just eat cows, which is probably a better choice, but that's fine. Now he has a lot of these guys, and this kind of tells me he's like full all in on this. I can also do this, kite with one side, and just focus down the longbows with the other side. My javelin thrower production slowed down a bit because of lack of food and stuff. And again, javelins beat men-at-arms, so you know. Kick that one. And that's it. I mean, this game is over. It's been over a while now. Chances of me losing this are very, very, very low. The reason I'm making farms is because now what I can do in order to age up quicker, by the way, I can do something like this. Just kill 3 cows, right? And that way we're gonna get a very, very fast age up. Want to make this tower for some vision, and now we just make 3 more cows here. I've stopped making units. Okay, it's coming here. And you can see how important it is to have a scout, right? It gives you so much vision, and you can see everything that's happening. And now I go for Rimba for sure in this one, because... can I fit for Rimba there? Yeah, I can. I go for him because I have mass javelin throwers, right? So I might as well. Now from here on out you can do a lot of things. I can just make a siege workshop and trap and start killing him. I can just commit to full javelin throwers. Like this. Let's go 10 archer rangers, javelin throwers, because why not? He's 3 on gold, which probably means he's not aging up. These guys are gonna run. Doesn't know that I'm aging up. I'm gonna instantly upgrade that. I'm gonna choose Javelineers, or whatever they're called. And let's get +1 or +2 ranged armor. And we'll get the +2 ranged attack too. As soon as I have the wood. And now these guys are cranking how hard they hit. So now we can just go for it. I'll just rally in his base like this. Okay. My +2 range armor is not done yet, but it's fine. I have to go defend those two. And now we can just run through his base. Just rally everything forward. I think that's gonna work. Oh, that's it. Now I attack the white tower immediately, so now if he cancels it, he's gonna lose all the resources. And yeah, javelin's pretty good skill to have. GG. Now that's it for the Haywire, and again, this is why Malian is such a good civ on smaller maps. They can do this against any civ, where they can actually put a lot of pressure on you super early with javelins, but it's kind of really uncomfortable to fight Malian here, because everything is close to TC. It's like trying to push Malian next to their TC. It's a very hard thing to do. You can see the military count, like I have same/more, but my units counter his, so it's a lot worse than it looks like. If he, there might be a dent in the chat that's like, well, actually, if he went horseman, you would have lost that. So I got this, which is a hand. I got this, which is a mouse, and I got eyes too, so I can just see at the stable, and then I can make dunzes if needed. But the funny thing is, if you have enough of javelin thrower mass, you can actually reach a point where you one-shot horsemen, and even the horsemen are not good because the map is small. And for him to get like 20 horsemen would take crazy long time.
Are you ready to battle?
Would you say Malian's a hard counter to English?
Yes.
I don't think it's a hard counter. I think saying English as a hard counter is weird because English is just good against every civ. But I think Malian is pretty good into a lot of civs. So yeah. Now, we just did the Haywire against English because people asked. Now we'll do a normal game against English, and we're going to go back to the ladder to hopefully get some more games for you guys. Okay. And by the way, build order wise, you always do this, what I'm doing here. You don't change it. Now, one of the matchups that a lot of people consider really bad for Malian is Mongol, but at the high level, I feel like getting Mongol into Malian is an unfortunate thing for the Mongol player, because you can just kill them in Dark Age with Donzos. Now, I can actually go, not greedy, but you usually go for 6 houses and then you age up. But if I feel like I have a lot of space and a lot of free time in the matchup, I'll probably just do a full houses around the pit just to get extra income, because you do want to make it anyway later, so why not just make it instantly? That's kind of the thought process. This deer pack I don't like because it is too close to his gold. So I'm just gonna kill some deer here. And I'll finish the rest later. Usually there's a sheep here. Oh shit, he's there. Okay, I should go around this TC then. Okay, and now when these guys are on 5 wood, we're gonna drop off, force drop off. Like now. And there we go. Now you can send that guy back if you want, like this guy to food, but there's no need. I usually just like to leave him here, because every time you move your villagers around, you're losing resources. So if I move him here, I'm gonna age up in like 30 seconds, right? So it's like, what do I gain for moving him back when I'm gonna move him back to gold sometime soon? So I just leave him there. Okay, I should... One thing you should be very careful with Malian, by the way, is to not kill your sheep at the same place, because you have a lot of workers. So if you sometimes you might have enough sheep to gather, but the sheep are on top of each other, so your villagers actually cannot get on top of the sheep carcass to gather. So just make sure, look at my sheep, one is there, one is there, one is there, one is there, or 2 are there and 1 is here. So they're very much spread out, so that you don't have that problem. I probably went all the way around, so I'm just gonna go scout bottom, and then we're gonna end up here to spread these deer out, because this is a very good second TC spot. We're gonna go Manzicore again. Now look at my gold, by the way. And that's only because I went for the extra 2 buildings and I left this guy. I have a lot of gold already. You just get extra income that way, right? It's a bit greedier, but again, it's not greedy if there's no risk to it. I'm just gonna use this guy to build something here for me. Oh shit. Let's go for that. And now I want to see what he's doing. I want to start my wheelbarrow. I want to start my upgrades. It's most likely going to be a king build, but like I said, always scout. Never assume what someone's going to do. Look at that. He is pushing the deer because he saw that I killed some, so he's pushing them so they're nicely stacked. So he's still gonna go second TC here, which makes sense because it's pretty good spot. Now, what I can do, and this is pretty good against English and Night Civs too. What I can do is I can actually go here and build this immediately. Immediately. The reason for that is so that by the time the king arrives, I am done building. I'm gonna build another bring another villager here. Yeah, his second TC is gonna be here, so he's gonna have a pretty good second TC. And look at that now. Now, he might come here and do some harassment or something, but it's okay. I can leave my scout here to see when the king is coming. And again, my gold income is in a very, very nice spot. So we like that. And this is going, he's 2 TC, right? So I'm going as boomy as possible. Now, I will make barracks to make some donzos. Because otherwise, this king is going to be very, very, very annoying. And sometimes you're like, it's just 1 king. But trust me, it's not worth it. It's annoying as hell. There's the king. The second TC should be done, or like 80% done. Oh, did he not make it here? Probably made it. Oh, he's here. Okay. And look at that. Pretty cool, right? Is this for food? Obviously not another TC. Not today, brother. Let's move this guy away. And, yeah, let's just start building some army. And let's start taking up. AKA booming, not taking up. I built triple thing. Triple mill. Because I'm gonna go pretty hard on those. Now, what the next thing you want to see is what is English doing? Is he transitioning, or is he is he transitioning, or is he gonna fight you? 4 on gold means that he's gonna fight you. I'm gonna build an archer range immediately. I'm not messing with that. Foreign gold is like, I want to get some upgrades, but I'm not aging up. If it was like 8, that means he's aging up. That's horseman, which, yeah, so this is a confirmation he is all-inning. Or all-inning. He's not all-inning, he's just putting pressure, because this one is not an all-in, since he, what's it called? He does have a second town center, which I think that if English just lets you do whatever, it's pretty bad for English players, so I think what he's doing is most likely a correct move. But that doesn't mean it's gonna work, so. So, what do I want to attack with these? I actually want to go for scout. I always like killing scouts because denying vision is really good. And it's very annoying when you lose a scout because then you gotta remake it and yeah. Longbows should be here in like a second if they're already not here. And I don't want to spread the damage on every unit a little bit. I want to hit the same units over and over, so I have a chance of actually killing them. Still making these. He's coming back. Let's just poke this one again. He's running. Now you can do something like this. I'm going to show you in a second. So you can do something like this. You can see he has longbows, but that doesn't mean that he's safe. So I can just kill the longbows with donzos. See that? It's the run. Now, very important. Don't get baited into making crazy amount of units. Always check if he's aging up now or not. That'll be a pretty good wall off. Walls are a big part of my base. Let's rebuild these. Everything is good. The booming is almost done. I defended that pretty well, and I think he's either going back because he's making rams, or he's all-inning, or the army's about to hit like now. Now you can see the number of units is increasing. The units are still rallied. 4 on gold still. So yeah, he's committed. Now, let's make some more production buildings. If you need to build houses, which I clearly do because I'm getting supply blocks soon, I'm just gonna build them at the next gold pit already. -1 horseman. Oh, if he goes there, that's gonna be pretty bad for him. Oh, he's about to have a pretty bad time. I'll be able to trap him here. Oh, that's pretty bad. That's gonna be at least another 1 or 2 horsemen. If I manage to wall that off, that's gonna be even better. Look at that. That is pretty bad. So whenever opponent does diving like that, you have to punish it. You cannot just let him run through and do whatever he wants. You have to punish it like that. This is now walled, so I'm gonna have more food here. And this is at the pro level. This game should be over now. Like, he has taken very, very, very bad trades. I can do a tower here just to give me some vision, but I'm gonna go across the map and kill him. He has taken severe amounts of damage, so... And I'm gonna age up very soon as well, which is very nice. I'm a bit low on Donzos, so let's make another archer range. Now he's gonna go back. I'm fine with that. I'll just age up. Now I could go for the other landmark too, but I want to because it's Dry Arabia, the map is very open. I actually want to transition to mass melee units. So yeah. Yeah, he's probably aging up too, so it's gonna turn out to be like a pretty standard-ish game. Now I lost a gold pit or mine pit here. That's okay. Let's make sure you have resources when you're aging up to upgrade your stuff. Because if you don't, then there's no point in aging up. Now, look at him. He's pushing immediately. That actually kind of tells me that he might not be aging up still, and that I'm in a pretty good spot because he's trying to find and engage here. He's trying to commit before. Yeah, he's trying to commit before my upgrade's complete. So I'm gonna just run back. It's very telling what your opponent has, the way they move their army. And now he's going back because he knows the upgrades are about to complete. So I'm gonna push again. Look at that damage now, blasting his units. So behind this, I want to get sofas, scouts, and preferably I also want to get what's it called? Some mosques so I can start getting relics. Now I have 15 javelin throwers, which is a good amount, but could be higher, I guess. We're gonna start kiting, and this is so I don't need to fight here, but I'm trading units, which I don't want him to age up and upgrade his units. I want to trade up now as much as I can, right? So that when he ages up, he's got no units to upgrade. And the reason he is winning the fight is because he is very, very into feudal age. Like, he's not transitioning anytime soon. And I'm okay with that. I just traded out a lot. I killed his horsemen, I killed his men-at-arms. That's cool by me. Okay, I have maybe a little bit too many on gold. Can go here. And I can poke again if I want to. I'm building some towers just for vision. I think it's pretty important because longbows can be kind of nasty. You can just start sniping your workers if you don't pay attention for like 2 seconds. So let's start taking the relics. I'm gonna upgrade Musafaris because I'm most likely gonna use them. So might as well just upgrade them now. I have 3 mining pits, which is very cool and very good. So he's probably aging up now, but I'm okay. I'm getting the relics. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm gonna get all 5 relics here most likely. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to. Okay. Now, remember what I talked about earlier about the TC? Look at that. I just have wood, some gold, boom. It's so easy to make a second TC with Malian. It feels really nice. And it's really good. Okay, that gold is depleted. I'm gonna go to forward gold for now, because I would rather get that exposed gold now than later. He's trying to deny relics. I'm sending units to cover. And yeah, look at my unit count. Looking pretty thick right now. I'm just gonna rally these here, attack the back gold. Let's push the front a bit. Push the front. 5 relics are secured, and now once everything is done, I'm gonna transition to stables, because the more javelin throwers you have, they overkill more, so they lose a lot of their value. So I'm gonna go start capturing relics too. Deny the wall there, very nice. And now we switch to Musafaris. Okay. Let's go get that food. You guys can push through. Some run by in the back that I did. Pretty cool stuff. Now let's get more production buildings. And look at my economy now. It's wild. It's good. Okay, he ages up. Now, I can't commit if I wanted to, but I'm just gonna idle his eco, get some trades in. Like, I'm not gonna commit like a lunatic. What I can do is I can get maybe keeps and attempt sacred sites here, but this is a very, very controlled game so far for me. So let's go around, let's just kill this too. And now this is the army he sees, right? Javelin throwers and donzos. So behind this, I'm gonna prepare a massive switch that he's not going to know about. Oh, you might be making Mangonel out of White Tower. It wouldn't really surprise me. I can go back, I don't need to stay here. And again, mind you, look at my production now. It's crazy good. He has 0 spearmen, by the way, right now. 0. And now we fight, which he will get absolutely dented in. Positioning to sofas, the Donzos will just tank there, and the Longos are getting butchered. Obviously, I want to pre-split like this part of my army on these bottom ones, for example. The middle ones, you shift Q on some of these. Top ones, you can also shift Q. And now it is... Oh, I have some units here. Okay, you can see that. And now you just go, you just A move. You just say Zug Zug, and you just kill him. And this is kind of how Malian is played. at the TPD top level. I have too many units, and it doesn't matter how poorly I trade now, he cannot win the fights anymore. Because my economy is too high. Too good. You can just run through his base now if you want to. Again, there's not much he can do. He can try. I'll just run through. Sofas are very tanky, they have high armor, so I can just run in like this and tank some tower shots. I have a lot of gold. You can even do something like this, where if you have too much gold, just rebalance your eco. You know, I can make another TC if I want to. I can just buy stone, and I can say, okay, let's go there, like that. And in the true fashion of Malian, you can just run into his base under white tower and under everything and just start killing shit. Don't be scared. White tower ain't that strong. Don't listen to the other goldies. Oh, white towers, it's unbeatable. You can't engage it under it. It's so strong. It's so strong. There's nothing I can do. Shut your mouth. Just make more units. His food has been idle the whole time, by the way. Now you can redirect to like this side, because maybe, oh, he has a keep here. You can redirect to that side. His food's idle. I kill a lot of villagers on gold. Can get a little farming upgrade. These guys can go around. And now you can do whatever you want. I mean, I can make like a treb if I want to, and slow push this. Let's do that. He's got some units there, but that is mine. Okay, let's make a trebuchet. It's a lot of units, we can just disengage. Meanwhile, we're pumping. He made another TC because he probably lost a lot of workers. Let's make a little keep here. Let's buy some more stone, so I don't have to wait. And that's it. The game is over. We're just waiting for him to tap out. I can get this. This is actually a really good upgrade. Banco repairs. It makes your upgrades like, or not upgrades, or repairs so much better. It's wild. So definitely go for that. And yeah, from here on out, I have double victory condition. If he moves out, by the way, he is gonna be super duper dead. So I can just kind of sit here and wait for him to come out. I can dive these villagers a little bit for some idle time. Kill some, but he's on 3 TC, so he'll replenish really fast. So I don't need to commit there super hard or anything like that. I can just do this instead. We got a sofa right here. I could make like a tower or two here just for some vision. Soup. That's rude. I did not see that, so it's my bad. And again, we can just fight. I'm gonna prepare for gold pit, or pit mine, whatever it's called. And yeah. 3 buckets. And the Malian unit production hasn't stopped. I got all these upgrades, which is really nice. He's gonna try to repair, so I can just go for a dive to prevent the repairs. And by the way, he hasn't even started, but he needs to break the sacred side, just to remind you, right? All this might be like, looks like a waste what I'm doing and I'm losing every fight, but that's how you play Malian. Not losing every fight, but you just need to trade and make your opponents take bad trades. So we can fight here. Like, he's so worried about this trebuchet, right? But sacred side is taken. See what I mean? Like, he's defending this, right? But sacred side is there, and he doesn't even have a trebuchet to deal with it, so I can just fight here like this. I can just attack this while he's attacking my units, it's whatever, doesn't matter. So that's the strength of Malian. You should be able to outproduce any civilization that you play against, as long as you get your cow boom correctly and then you take some good fights. Like right now my food income is nuts, right? And I can infinitely produce. I mean, I'm producing out of, like, what is this? 11 stables and 8 barracks with full upgrades, 113 villagers, 41 on food plus cows, which I just made these, right? So this is income without that, so it would probably be 3k food income now. And yeah, like I said, he hasn't even begun to try to break these. I have boiling oil, sprinkle upgrades and all these. I've got Benko repairs. I got 1,500 stone to repair. So in order for him to break this, he would need to have, like, I can double my army or something. And that's it. So let's look at the villager count. So now this doesn't count for the idle time. This is where I went for the dive, and this is where I went for the dive. This is the villagers he's lost, but it doesn't account for all the villagers that were in White Tower and PC doing nothing. Alright, let's try to find some other matchups on the ladder, shall we? Haywire again, okay. I guess we're back to haywiring. I should have vetoed it. The only reason I have Haywire open is the only reason I have Haywire open is I wanted to do one game for you guys so you can see how to play Haywire, and I forgot to veto it, so unfortunate, I guess. But now, earlier versus English, I chopped these trees, but because these trees are kind of far, I'm actually just gonna what's it called? I'm actually just gonna make a lumber camp immediately. Because even though my mining camp is a bit delayed, it's also going to be a lot quicker for the rest of them, right? So I can actually chop up the trees, finish that, and go back to food gathering. Barbican Rush? I mean, yeah, my gold is forward, so I'm definitely getting Barbican Rush. I'm gonna push these deer in. I should have actually fucked up his deer first and then pushed mine. Now, the reason people pick China here is to Barbican Rush, so it's even more reason for me here to do the full houses here, because I'm not going to be able to mine gold. No! Fuck! I wanted to push it! I have to get. I'm blocking a house there, so get covered. He hasn't pushed the deer, actually. Yeah, that's pretty good for me, I guess. Now, I think I'm not even gonna go for... Yeah, that's a barbecue. It's coming. I'm not even gonna go for fucking mining camp here. I could fight this, actually. I see you. He's committing to this quite a bit. Look at that. Oh my god! Okay, he's committing with a lot. I could have killed that scout, but I didn't see him. So I'm getting juicy amount of income right now. I'm just gonna build it there, because I kinda am gonna lack a lot of space around here. And let's just go around scout. So don't be bought. Like a lot of people are. Oh, it's barbecue! I gotta. Just chill. It's not doing anything. It's literally not doing anything right now. He can come and burn this. He's 4, but whatever. Who cares? You know, just chill. Take a sip of coffee. There's time. It's all right, you know? Just don't mold. Now here, I could go for Farimba, or I can just go for Kaboom. I can do both. Now, Farimba maybe is not going to be as good. Technically, I could make the Men-at-Arms or Freeborn guys. Javelin throwers could be a thing. It also depends how the game goes, right? I'm gonna get a wheelbarrow. It depends how the game goes. It's hard to say, like, what's the right thing to do. It's situational, but I can do Kaboom here, actually. That looks like a pretty good space. I got a very comfortable spawn. I mean, other than the fact that there's gold in the front and barbecue in my face, but, you know, like a comfy little spot, you know? Look at that timing. I sent that worker so that I could build the camp over there, the mining pit. Archers? What the fuck is archer for? Excuse my French. I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna go, yeah, okay. Yeah. So he does not have Song Dynasty, by the way. Now I'm gonna build production in the back because, well, he's making a ram. Now there's no real good way to kill that ram right now, so I could go for sofas. He will run out of food very quickly, right? And when he does, I'll beat his ass. Yeah, I'm just gonna build farms here. Actually, no, I'm gonna build farms here. Okay, he's making a lot of archers. Let's just go javelin sofa or something. Yeah, this food is gonna run out very quickly. He also doesn't have Imperial Academy, which he's on 1 IO, so I'm kind of chilling. Now, like I said, this is very annoying, but there's no reason to panic yet. When it's time to panic, I'll let you guys know, okay? Let me kill that scout, I guess. Kick that dude. I'm gonna go here. I'm not gonna go here. I'm just gonna go all the way. I'm gonna go as far away as possible from his stuff. Now I can just attack this. Is Barbecue gonna attack me? Ay. So this is what we're gonna do here. We're gonna make 2 fucking scouts. Actually, we're gonna make 3 fucking scouts. I'm gonna put 1 scout here. And then basically what my plan is, I'm just gonna wait until he moves out. Three rams? I wish I had a ranged armor up there. Just another day in the office, brother. Ain't gotta worry about a thing, huh? Yeah, let's repair you back up, shall we? I don't want you to get hurt. I don't even have range armor, because I'm shit. Hey brother, my turn. My turn. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna let him have that barbecue for a little bit longer. I ain't even gonna touch it. And now, we wait. The food ain't looking great. We gotta go for that. Okay. Cow booming is almost done. I just want to see what he has behind this. Like, is he song yet? Is he all inning? Is he gonna age up? He is all in it. Now what I can do is I'm actually gonna go Banco repairs. So I'm gonna kill a villager basically, because I'm gonna get this, right? But what I'm gonna get is really sick repairing. Okay, let's see what he's got. Hey brother. It's a lot of idle time you got going on. So I just need to not get landmark sniped as of right now, and I'll be in a good spot. Banker repairs are going in strong. There's a lot of rams out there. But can Cutie Patootie hold this one? And the answer is yeah, he can. It ain't even close. Actually, Banker repairs carrying over there. Wow, what a beautiful hold, brother. Now, should Cutie Patootie make a little ram to show the opponent how to ram the buildings? He could, but is he gonna? Boop. Okay, my turn now. Okay, my turn. Okay, this is how you ram. Watch carefully, Twitch chat. When I ram, it's a destruction. The game is over. I just gotta destroy stuff. He's probably gonna go again. But if it didn't work the first 2 times, it ain't gonna work the 3rd time. You gotta, in order to ram a building, you need to protect it with your units. If you don't have any units to protect it, then you're just losing rams. Write that down on your forehead. Okay, watch this. Oh! Oi! Oi, oi, oi! Oi, oi, oi! Where are you going? Oh my god, stop. I can only get so... It's got horses? I'm coming, brother! I'm coming! Hold right there! Boop. 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 See, this is when you have enough javelins, you can just one-shot stuff. You did lost so much vills. Nah. I let you kill them. I didn't lose them. GG. Okay, well there you go. You got a little English guide how to play in Haywire. You get a little China how to play, or anti-China how to play in Haywire. Now you know both. And also you might get Barbican on normal maps like Dry Arabia. How many villagers did I lose? I didn't lose a lot. I lost like 6 maybe. Like what is that? 4 or 5 and then like this is an upgrade. Right? I lost like 7, 8 maybe, but I have 20 cows. Or almost 20 cows, 18 cows. It's like whatever. 47 villagers. I mean, he lost a lot here, so I don't know how many he had. Like, we almost had the same worker count. You know? So, yeah, let me veto Haywire so we don't get it again. It was me versus Marine Lord. Where the fuck is it? It was like, it was an EGC tournament, I remember that. It was a best of 7, I remember that. Oh, it was this one! Look at this. That was funny. That was a funny series. I just fucking beat his ass with Malian every game. And we played on Baltic and Dry River and Canal and Mountain Clearing. Yeah. It was just Malian every game. Malian versus HRE. Love that. That's one of the matchups that would probably be requested, so that's great. Okay, let's go. Malian versus HRE. Let me take a little question from the chat that I just saw. Given the big changes in playstyle / best saves post-patch, do you think that this could shake up things in the competitive scene? No. I will say that Marine Lord and I are not the best right now because neither of us is practicing, right? He is like playing WoW all day, I think, and I'm recording guides all day. But I think when the dust settles, but we'll see, I might be wrong. Because I think we've had a lot of meta shakeups already, and well, the results tend to be the same, so we'll see. You never know. Who knows? I think it'd be good for the game. Anyway, let's go back to Malian. That's a nice gold right there. Wait. That's his... Oh, I'm getting tower rushed. I'm getting tower rushed, I just realized. This is his gold. That's his second gold behind it. He's gonna make this. Yeah, I'm getting tower rush for sure. Because he should have been on the gold already. He should have been on the gold. I think I'm getting tower rushed. I'm just gonna make full house around my TC. And then we'll see, but my cheese senses are tingling. I'm gonna try to hide. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, if he's going here, I'm gonna try to hide the scout so he doesn't think that I went through there. But we'll see. I might be wrong, but this should be his goal. This is his main and second wood line, or vice versa. And there's a spearman. When I predict, it's a destruction. Okay, now I could go for a Saharan Trade Network and try to save that, or I could just age up. Now, Saharan Trade Network is, some top players do it, some don't, but I feel like it's very risky. Like, you can make Saharan Trade Network here, and then if you make a tower here, you're still denied. You know, like, okay, yeah, you might have saved the pit mine, but it's still denied, so I don't really know how worth it is, to be honest. I personally like to just play from here on out and just be like, okay, well, I'm gonna lose that, but let's play on and see what else we can do, kind of thing. So, we're gonna do that. We are going to do that. Got another sheep, love that. Got a good amount of sheep so far. How many did I get? I think like 12 maybe? Which I think is pretty good. Now, I'm not even gonna bother repairing this because my TC is pretty far from it, so I can't repair. If my TC was in range, like if my TC was shooting here, I would go repair 6 spearmen. Okay, that's a commitment. I wonder if he's tower rushing too with this. But if my TC was closer, maybe I'll try to repair and then garrison, snipe one of the spearmen or something like that, do a little bit of trickery. But considering it's not, I'm not even gonna bother to try to save that. I'll just let it die. It is what it is. Okay, it goes down. Now obviously what I want to do is make an archer range immediately when I age up. I'm gonna get wheelbarrow 2. My second gold is... That's my third gold. This is my second gold. Probably gonna go for this gold. No tower though, so that's nice. That means I can defend this immediately. Now I'm gonna lose... Oh, there is a tower. Is that tower... That tower's not in time, right? Is that tower in time? I'm actually not sure. Do I kill that? I feel like I might kill that. We'll see how well he micros, I guess. Now I'm gonna be ready to garrison so that I can kill his spearmen. And we're chilling. Come on, come on, come on! Very nice. He cancels. I rebuild. And life continues as usual. Okay. Now, HRE, so there's two things you can do. Fast Castle or Fighting in Feudal. And I need to decipher which one of those two he is going for. If he's fighting in Feudal, then we're gonna have to fight. If he's aging up, then we go Cow Boom and we go Greedy. And that's it. And this looks like we are... Okay, we are fighting. We are definitely fighting, okay. I kind of want to get this, even though it's very exposed. Maybe I'll try walling off the sides here a little bit. I'm going to make some javelins, because he might go archers as well afterwards. So let's just start working on that. Yeah, he's going like super aggro right away here, so I'm gonna have to react pretty quickly. Okay, let's run away from there. Potentially a dead villager. Now, I was a bit too greedy there. We do have wheelbarrow, so maybe it's fine. Okay, it's fine. Cool. Let's see, what else do you got? What else do you got for us today, sir? Because he's going super melee heavy and just very aggro. He's about to run out of food. Okay, he's on deer already. So his economy is a lot weaker than a normal HRE player would have. And, well, the reason for that is because he is going giga aggro. So, basically, as long as I don't take massive amounts of damage, I should be in a pretty good spot. Because this is not good for him long term. Like, he's expecting to do some damage a lot early on. And I'm just gonna slowly wall that. I'm not gonna bother with the second gold yet. 4 on gold now. I need to see if he's making archer rangers or not. Let's go for that gold. Just make a couple of houses here. And he's making spearmen horsemen. Okay, I'm gonna go back to archer production of this. I guess we go back to archers. And I'm feeling pretty good here. I don't know, I'm just defending. I'm making a cow here and there, not, you know, stressing too much about it, not forcing it. Like, not forcing to, like, oh, I gotta make cow boom or I'm gonna die. Like, he's taken severe economic damage done by, well, himself. So sometimes when the opponent do, you know, eco damage to themselves, you could just take it slow. Just say, you know what? Take a chill pill a little bit here. See what happens. Hey. Where are his units? Is he aging up now? Doesn't seem like a lot of units. I'm worried he's aging out. I'm gonna speed up my cow boom. Yeah, I think he might be aging out. Not a lot of units there. And the fact that he's running back means... Oh, maybe not. Maybe he's just mass-producing horses. Okay. He's sending on gold, which is actually a mistake because he's doing it in front of me. Unless he's like faking me. Which he might be doing, but I don't think he is. I'm gonna get melee armor and ranged armor. And we're just gonna age up. Okay, now. Sometimes I hate having a nose. I think if I go for this wall off, I'll be in a really nice spot. Being sick sucks. I've been sick for like 6 days now. Nothing major, just like, you know, just annoying kind of sickness. And I'm securing a lot of food here for later, so that's kind of nice too. I'm a bit worried there that a horseman will arrive, but if I lose a villager, it's not the end of the world. I think he's just buying time because he's aging up, so he's just like trying to bamboozle me. Don't think he's like still all-inning or anything like that. He tried to be very aggressive, did not really work out, so he's just trying to do something else, I guess. We're walling off the bottom. Okay. Cow boom has officially been done. I don't have a scout, so I can't confirm nor deny what he's doing. Now here, I don't really have anything for Rimba, so I'm just gonna go ahead and age up. And the unit combo I probably want to go for is something like Musafati plus archers, because he can make armored units, he can make like horsemen, he can make a lot of stuff, right? And archers in Musafati would do really well against most of those things. So I have a cow boom. Now he might be going for relics. He actually took 2 relics already. Is there a relic here? Or there's a relic somewhere else? I think it took 2 relics already. Which is... that means he pre-made the prelates. I'm gonna make gold pit here. Let's upgrade the units. And I'm gonna make a little mosque because I want to take 2 relics away from him. He took 2, I think, from the map, so I'm just gonna take this one so that I deny it from him. I want to get double broadaxe upgrade, or it's called the castle one, so it's a triple broadaxe. I don't know what's it called. Just because I'm going to be making a lot of archers. Okay, very nice. Veteran archers. And now we're going to produce a lot of Musafaris because I have a lot of Donzos, or I have 21 Donzos, so I need something to counter man-at-arms. And preferably, I would also like to upgrade my poison arrows as fast as possible. I'm getting +2 ranged attack. So if you make like appropriate units for everything, you don't really need to worry too much what he's gonna do if you kind of have counter for everything. If that makes sense. Yeah, he's committing a lot to taking that. Almost for poison arrows. Oh, poison arrows. He took the relic. Let's try to prevent it. Now I have a lot of food, so I need to up my production buildings right now. Relic should be here. And I should win this fight, right? Maybe not because I don't have poison arrows yet. Oh, that's a lot of men-at-arms. Yeah, maybe not, but I should be fine. Now we have a lot of resources, so what do? Well, let's throw down a little TC. This is why I love the change they've done to Malian, where their TC doesn't cost stone, because it's just so convenient to just plop down a TC right now. And look at that. Killed all of the men-at-arms. Let's go take sacred sites. And now I should be able to absolutely butcher his army. Twitch chat, why is that? Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead. Because he has no economy. That's right. He has no chapel. He has 3 relics, but whatever. I have cows. And now I'm gonna go beat his ass. Let's fall there. Let's push the gold. I don't know where his stuff is. I'm not gonna chase him around the map. I'm just gonna go for his gold straight away. And I'm gonna make him pay for it. Okay, you go there, capture that. Let's break this thing. Look at my food income. It is crazy good right now. Crazy, crazy good income. We'll get in. Now he might be trying to all in, or he might be going fast in. In which case, me attacking him should be good, unless he has like crazy amount of like knights or something, which I don't know how that would even work, considering he has no chapel. But that's the only bad situation for me. Okay, emergency repairs that. I'm gonna just go. I put a lot more workers in gold because I want to age up. We'll just torch this stuff down. I can go for ranged armor too. Maybe I'll dive his TC. Let's see. Okay, let's recombine my units. I'm gonna go back a bit. I'm not bailing. I just wanna combine my units again because right now they're pretty spread out, right? So I don't want to get caught with half of my army. And I'm also going to age up very soon. Let's rotate to this side. See what we can find. I have all the upgrades I need. And this looks like a pretty good spot for age up. Okay. That looks like a pretty good spot. So I'm going to age up there. And he should have a lot less units than I do. I'm just going to go for this. Oh, he has a lot of towers here. He's got Slavia right here. Emergency repair. Nope. Here. I'm just gonna go for it. He has no units. If he aged up this quick after everything that's happened, he shouldn't be in a good spot economically. I can start mining some stone, throw down some keeps around the map. Emergency repair activated, but I'm out DPSing it actually. Okay. Let's immediately get the upgrades. We can go back here. So once I get the upgrades, I'm going to get plus attack as well. I can go for this, which is better. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. So this is an HRE all-in that didn't really work out. And again, once you reach the kaboom and you reach critical mass, at that point you can just kind of mow down your opponents pretty fast. Now, if I went out on the map and I was like trying to fight, he could get a good engagement because his army was full melee, and then you're in a lot of trouble. That's greedy. Well, he didn't have a choice. If he stayed in castle, he would have lost. My economy is way better. So for him, it's kind of lose-lose from that point on. Now, also, Spearman, I think, did okay, but he didn't get the tower up, and then he lost the 3 Spearmen, and he lost the villager, and he didn't get the tower up. Can you explain how you queue monks from monastery to multiple relics? You hold shift and you just click. You click on the relic, you click back, click on the relic, you click back. Let's go!
Good luck.
Let's go!
Have fun.
Alright, this is the last game of the Malians, Himalayans against, or in the series. I don't know why I'm announcing like I'm making a new video. For you guys on YouTube, this is just another game. But here we go. We've been struggling, but hopefully this is going to be the last one. Because I can't be remaking them anymore. Because of different problems. Let's just go with that. Unfortunate matchups, same matchups, and so on and so forth. So here we go. Mongol versus Malian. Now, this matchup, a lot of Malian players I know struggle with. I personally think it's an uncomfortable matchup for the Malian player, but it's not a counter matchup. So the first thing you want to do, now I did tell him to just do a tower rush, right? Because that's the whole point of him picking Mongol. But the first thing you want to do when you play against Mongol is make sure to scout. Make sure to not run into their TC, but to try to scout if they are actually going to be tower rushing, if they're making spearmen or not, because that's going to basically change the way you're playing the game. Now, I don't see the stone, but I saw that he is chopping wood. I'm going to go around here. I don't know where his Khan went. So basically what I'm going to do... Okay, now we're getting a confirmation. He's trying to yank the ship. Psych! That's mine. So, I got the confirmation. And I'm gonna keep chopping wood with 5 workers for now, and I only made 4 houses. Now you can get away with making only 2, but then you need to make another house when he's like near your front door and stuff like that, which can get pretty uncomfortable, so yeah. So what I'm gonna do after this is I'm gonna make a barracks, and we're gonna defend with donzos, okay? I'm just gonna make it with 2, and I'm just trying to get as much sheep as possible. Now the good part about Malian defending against Mongol tower rushes is if you actually find no sheep, like or almost none, or something happens, you can actually just make a mill and make cows in Dark Age, because you're gonna get a lot of gold. You can see I have enough gold to age up, so that's something you should consider. And the most important thing is for you to not get towered, and Malian is very good against defending Mongol tower rush, because you can just snipe the villager with donzos. Like, you can just throw the thing and kill the villager. So what I'm gonna do here is when he starts coming across the map, you want to just focus his villager down and make sure you throw the spears, and eventually you can kind of just right click on him, and even if you lose a donzo or 2, it's whatever. So you kind of want to go and meet them on the map like this, so that you can throw the donzo spear and run away, because you're getting free damage in. Okay, I got 2 now. Oh, he attacked me. That's good for him. Now there's this point where you gotta be careful so that you don't run out of wood, because this tree is about to get plopped or completely gathered. So you don't want to run out of wood, so just make a lumber camp in time. Otherwise, yeah, it might get really weird. Let's do the donzo throw. Now, if you don't know, donzos have 1 melee armor. So donzos are one of the best spears you can have in Dark Age. Probably even the best, because not only they have 1 melee armor, so they're great at fighting, they also have the spear throw, which is really, really good. And usually it's not worth at all to bring your villagers, because imagine if this was a villager with less HP than a spearman, it would be almost dead now just by me throwing these spears. Oh, he's brought 2 villagers, okay. So what I'm gonna do, look at this. Boom, boom, boom. That villager is very, very low. Now we can just run away. He has 6 spears. I have 5 donzos. He's making a tower pretty far back. What you can also do is you can use your, what's it called? You can use your villagers, maybe, pull them as well. Let's do a little throw on that villager, and I'm just gonna send 1 donzo to go take care of it. And you can do some micro here. Now the 1 melee armor actually matters quite a bit in Dark Age, and preferably you don't want to be losing your donzos. Like, you want to, I mean, it's obvious, right? But you want to save them so that you can do the spear throw. Even if the donzo has 1 HP, it's still gonna be useful to do spear throws. So try not to lose them. Let's make some more houses. And at this point I have a good amount of donzos. Again, they're trading a lot better because of the melee armor they have. And I can almost age up as well, because I have a lot of workers on food. So that's nice. And that's it. Now the game is not over. I would say I'm in a really, really good spot, but it is not over. And you don't want to stop making donzos. So a mistake a lot of people make, they win the fight and they're like, okay, I can stop making donzos. You should keep making donzos, because he might be making them too. And you can also counter-attack with your donzos. I'm going to age up with 6 actually, because my eco is really good. Let's go that, and then, oh, that gold is unfortunate to say the least. So I'm gonna keep making donzos, because I don't want to like now lose the advantage that I have. And what's really good about donzos is you can actually counter push now as well. So I'm just gonna counter push, unless Mongol gets really lucky spawn. Really lucky spawn, and that includes him having like Uvu and gold under TC and wood. You will always be able to do damage. So here I can't do anything. If he is on tier, obviously you can push him away or something, but I can just go on his Uvu. And now, because I made all these donzos, he has to make spearmen, but my eco is better, so I'm fine with that. Look at that, that's a lot of spears. 10 donzos versus 10 spears. I go back, Why do I go back? Because I'm about to age up. And once I age up, I'm gonna fight them. Snipe that guy. Snipe that guy, and now I have more Donzos. Although, again, like I said, I don't need to fight. He's towering there. Okay. Let's turn around, fight a little bit. I'm gonna make one cow, because why not? Now, I need a gold. Oh, he's towering the gold here. That's why he's there. So I'm gonna go back, actually. I'm gonna make an archer range, and I'm gonna go back. He's gonna lose track of my units, and I'm actually gonna quickly go, and I'm gonna destroy that tower. Maybe he has a villager on that tower, but that's it. That's all he has. You can see that. That's why I was like, why is he towering there? And then I realized it's probably gold. I made 2 cows. I'm just gonna eat them, and I'm gonna build my thing here. Even if he's upgrading this tower, I have enough units to just rush it down. So that's nice for me. I can make more production buildings. Okay, he's got silver tree. We can prevent that. He did upgrade the tower. Yeah. And now if he goes Keshiks, I'm in a very, very good spot. Because I already have billion scouts. Or billion Donzos, right? Trying to play and talk at the same time ain't working. So now what I want to do is I want to get a lot of javelin throwers. Because the only thing I can lose right now too is archers. And usually they save up stone and they produce archers behind it. Now he couldn't save up stone because I was putting a lot of pressure on him. So he will have archers, but he's not gonna have too many, and that's a crazy move to do. But maybe he doesn't know how many units I have. Okay, we're gonna go in. And I'm gonna get a ranged armor for the what's it called? For the archers that are about to show up. And I'm feeling very good, very confident. He is trading, but the trade is very open, very exposed, so it's not gonna be too great of a trade. Look at that. I need to enable AOE4 world. I forgot to do that. 15 on wood. Now my suggestion here is if you're in this commanding of a lead, you can go for cow boom and you can slowly start making cows, that's fine, but you can also just push and try to do a lot of damage or even end the game straight up. So I'm gonna get +1 range armor, and I'm gonna get +1 range attack. +1 range attack affects your javelin throws for your Donzos, and it affects your javelin damage, obviously. And he is cooked here. Obviously, I don't want to fight into archers, but that's why I have javelins. They can just take care of that. And let's just rally everything forward. Hey! That poor cow. Okay. Let me get the con real quick. And now we can start the cow boom because I feel very, very, very safe. And we're just gonna start cow boom with a lot of cows immediately. We're not gonna cheap out. He's out of food. So these villagers are kind of screwed, and this is pretty much game over. Now I'm gonna make sure these guys don't eat my cows, so I'm just gonna send them to berries. He's got a good amount of archers. Now another thing you can do is there's no cavalry, right? So what you should do is you should use your Donzo throws to actually kill archers. So don't just waste them, right? You wanna make sure you get a good use like this. Boom. So that way you can kind of just pop an archer for free every once in a while. Okay. We're gonna rally here. I have too much on wood. And right now, once the Ubu goes down, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. Can kill that. You can also snipe Keshiks with Donzas, which is very nice. And now we can go for a fight. Again, the reason why we can take these fights, even if it's a worse fight for me, it doesn't matter because my economy is way better. His trade is not trading. Okay, some workers there, we'll take those. His trade is not really trading. And because of that, I can trade units better. And this is gonna be very good boom from here on out. He's gonna go in again. Let's kill that guy. Boom, boom, boom. Now, if you reset the cash account, you can reach a point where you're just killing everything with javelins. I can go back a bit if I want to. Let's do a little wall. Now you can kind of secure your base if you want. It's not necessarily needed, but like realistically I can just push and win, but I'm just gonna show you how to play if the game was like a bit more even or something. You don't need to risk anything. I can just do like a little squad right there. And back at home, I'm just continuing the booming. Alulo, tulo, lulo. Oh, he's trading here. Okay. This scout is still doing damage. Okay, killing some stuff there. You can also eat cows, like if you know, if your stuff is denied, you don't have food, like you can't move out of the base, just pop 3 cows, kill them, and then just remake 3 more. It's the easiest way to do it. Let's get this scuffed gold mine slowly started, so when I age up, I can just build a pit right there. Kill these, cow boom is completed. Now he's trying to get some raiding in, which is not really gonna happen. I have all the upgrades I need. I don't need melee upgrades necessarily. Can move my units up a little bit. My whole base is walled off. And from here on out, we're just gonna go for the age up. But one important thing with Malian is you should... Actually, let's go for Rimba. Farimba would be pretty decent here. I have a good amount of food in the back, and I'm gonna go for the Javelin Farimba units. And I'm actually gonna make more production for Javelins, and we're just gonna crank a lot of them. Bum, 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 bum. So far, so good. Let's go there. Now, if you look at the unit count, you will see that this game has been over a while back. But he doesn't know that. He'll know very soon, but he doesn't know yet. Maybe he does. You should always make cows like this, because you never know. Maybe you'll need Fulani, so I always go like this, and if you change your mind, you can just make Farimba in there for space purposes. We're gonna choose javelins. Immediately we're gonna go for the armor upgrade. Actually, I don't even think we need armor upgrade. I think I can go for the other thing. +1 damage. Whatever. And now we just go for it. Now we commit. Now, if you are going for javelin thrower or javelineers, I would advise you to just commit heavily pretty quickly, because if you go for them and then you don't end up pushing, they're not gonna be good long term because they overkill quite a bit. Although at this point and around this amount of units it's okay, but if you reach 200 supply they're not as good, if that makes sense. Let's also get armor. You can get some eco upgrades if you want. And now because they have 6 ranged armor, I can just do this. Don't be afraid to dive. You don't need to do this, but I just want to show you that how much you can tank with these kinds of units when you're in this position. Like, look how far ahead I am now and how much armor they have. I've been under TC with 15 units inside in face tanking Kashix, not even kiting, and they're still not dying. So yeah,
good game, well played.
GG. And he even was trading, right? I let him trade a bit. I could have probably, when I was here, I could have kept making units and just gone here to deny it, but I wanted to transition to castle so you guys can see what it looks like. Now, in a regular game, you can continue and make javelins and go for javelineers, but especially against Mongol, you kind of want to have a lot of cavalry at this point in the game, so that you can, you know, raid them everywhere and you can do as much damage as possible. He actually fixed this trade, or not fixed, but he redirected, because he redirected here because I stopped it here earlier. So yeah, GG's. Starflark, thanks so much for the game. I appreciate that. Now let's talk about the matchups of the Malian and conclude this, how to play Malian like a professional gamer. Let's start with Byzantine plus English. I think this matchup, a lot of people call it like Malian counter to English. A lot of people still think English is good against Malian. I think it honestly, like, both sides I think can win. I personally prefer to play the Malian side, but English can do some like really annoying pushes early on that can kind of delay your cow boom quite a bit. In general, the rule is if they're making longbows, make javelin throwers. I also did 2 games already, so I want to get into it too much. Byzantine versus Malian. This is a matchup that I think is pretty hard. And even though it's usually, I always compare Byzantine to English and Malian, I would say it's pretty unique in this matchup, because if you are playing Byzantines, you can actually go horsemen plus longbows, and you will have a lot more units than Malian will early on, and you will manage to delay their cow boom. Now, this is also a matchup where Byzantine can go for Hippodrome and
Content machine.
make it even harder for you to fight. So, I would say Byzantine player is good. This matchup is very rough, but at the same time, if you manage to get your cow boom off and maybe you get like a back gold or something, it can go from like a really rough matchup to like whatever. Now, some of the Malian matchups work like that because gold is so important for you. So it's like if your first gold is back in your base and then you have another gold in the corner, that's going to potentially affect the outcome of the game than if you have like both goals forward, right? So that's something to have in mind. Japanese versus Malian. I think this matchup is very good for Malian because Japanese cannot really put a lot of pressure on Malian. That allows Malian to just go for free cow boom. So you have a game where Japanese like is age 3, and then you're cow booming, and you just have masses of units, and you're going to be able to outmass them quite easily. Now, if Japanese goes to TC, I guess it's a bit of a different game, but I still prefer Malian in this matchup quite a bit. Ayyubids, this is the worst matchup. I actually think the most imbalanced matchup in the game. And so while I was recording this guide, you guys didn't see it on YouTube, but while I was recording this guide, I lost one game versus Ayyubids pretty bad, and then the other one I played against a Conqueror 2 player, and it took me 40 minutes to win that game with Malian. Like, and I almost died. So it is extremely hard to win this matchup. Now, if you're winning this matchup in whatever league you're playing, then keep doing what you're doing. But this matchup is incredibly hard, and even if I recorded or showed you guys that game that I won, in my opinion, it doesn't even matter because you should be losing that matchup. That's how bad I think it is. It is terrible. So, good luck. Ayyubid, I actually think this has been a matchup that a lot of top players are very split on. Some people or some pro players think that Ayyubid is favored. Some people think that Malian is favored. So let's just call it a 50-50 matchup, right? I think Ayyubid is like aggressive civ, but they can also do fast castle. It's kind of like a mix of Japanese and like Delhi or something like that, where it's like they can go fast castle, but they can also be aggressive super early on. And I think either of those things that Ayyubid can do, whether they're aggressive or whether they're rushing castle, I think it just doesn't hit like fast enough, so it's pretty decent for you. But like I said, a lot of people think it's Ayyubid favored, so 50-50. China and Jushi Legacy. Now, if you hate Zuginu All-Ins, and if you're struggling with Zuginu All-Ins, then you should be pretty happy about these two matchups, because China nor Jushi can do Zuginu All-In against Malian because of javelin throwers. So, most of the time, what these two civs will do, at lower levels, I'm assuming this is a lot more rare, to do a castle rush with these two civs. So most likely option that the opponent will do is just 2 town center, and then becomes a macro boom game where you got the cows, they got the 2 TC, and you're kind of, the game starts basically in castle. And I think it's a 50-50. I think both sides can win. French, JD, I'm going to actually just say French and JD. Usually I include Rus in these, but French and JD, these are your best matchups by far, because you have Donzos, which are very good. They're one of the best, if not the best spearmen. And javelin throwers are obviously there to counter archers. So it just feels like Malian is a civ that's like made to counter these two civs. So it's a very hard matchup for JD and French. Very, very hard matchup. So good match for you. HRE and Order of the Dragon. Now, we had games against both of these civs, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe just against HRE. OTD is one of the easiest matchups you can have. And when I made the OTD guide, I said the same thing. The reason for that is your Donzos, like if you have 30 Donzos and you throw a spear at the knight, a normal knight, you overkill it by a lot because your spearmen or Donzos throws do a lot of damage. But against OTD units, because they have more health, you're overkilling the units less, which means that you're not wasting your units' damage or their DPS. So it's very, very, very good for you. At the same time, if they're going archers, which is currently the meta, you can actually spam javelin throwers, even in Imperial, because they're going to have archers, but they're going to have less archers than the other civs, which makes focus firing the archers a lot easier. So this is a terrible matchup for OTD. HRE, on the other hand, I actually think this is a pretty even matchup these days. It used to be favored for Malian a lot, and then people started doing HRE all-ins in feudal, and then it became HRE favored. But I think now it's a pretty even matchup. I think if you're getting all in, you just have to defend. I would suggest you using javelin throwers against HRE if they're going men-at-arm archer. If they're going horseman, obviously you gotta add some Donzos. But yeah. Now, one of the worst matchups you can have alongside Abbasid is going to be Abbasid and Byzantine. So I would say Abbasid is the worst matchup. Second worst, third worst, whatever, is going to be Delhi and Byzantine. This is a very rough matchup because you win by massing units, but Delhi is a civ that can make the units and put the pressure the fastest. aka they can pump out the most units in the shortest amount of time at that point, and they will often deny your second gold. They will make the cow boom very hard, and they put pressure on you to go on the map because of the sacred sites. So it's a very, very hard matchup, but if you manage to get the second gold pit and deny one of the sacred sites so the timer resets, this matchup becomes a lot easier because you will have better economy in mid to late castle when they need to transition to farms and stuff like that. English, we talked about it. Malian mirrors is actually a lot of Musafari warriors into archers. That's the meta. So go for that. Mongol versus Malian, we just talked about it. Ottoman versus Malian. I think this matchup can be pretty bad for you if Ottoman knows what they're doing. And what I mean by that is if they do a Dark Age Tower Rush into like a follow-up of a lot of units, they kind of turn into a slower Delhi, but with an earlier start. So Ottoman will have a lot of units a bit later than Delhi will, but if they open in Dark Age, they can put a lot of pressure there on you earlier. So it's the same thing as versus Delhi. If you get out of that space and you're fine and you have cow boom, you're in a good spot, but getting to that point without getting pressured is the rough spot. And also, you know, Sipahi javelin, Janissaries, you have Donzo's javelins, which counter them quite a bit. So, yeah. And then Rus, the reason I didn't put Rus with French and JD, which is what I usually do because they're just a Knight Civ and they play similar. Even though Rus is a Knight Civ, they can actually do a lot of different things compared to JD and French, which is stuff like 2 town center into super fast castle. They can do just fast castle straight up into like Med-Arm Archer. And they don't necessarily need to put pressure on the opponent in order to win. They can just kind of play on because their economy is a lot better than JD and French. And one of the most annoying things when you play Malian, and I'm sure if you play Malian you know this, because Rus usually goes for 3 fucking scouts. That means they can just put pressure on your Uvu. So even if they're going for 2 town centers, you still have to make Donzos just to push away the scouts, which is really annoying. Like even if there's no units other than 3 scouts, you have to make Donzo to push away the scouts, otherwise they're just gonna be, or not Uvu, Gold Pit, Pit Mine, whatever it's called. Otherwise they're just gonna torture houses down, and it's really annoying. I actually hate playing against Rus's Malian because of it. That doesn't mean they counter you, it's just like one of those like, ugh. It's like making it's like making a Donzo against English King. It's like you don't really want to do it because they're not gonna make horsemen, but you kind of, you know, have to. So there it is. That is how to play Malians like a pro. Now don't be worried. I know that right now we've checked the win rates a couple of days ago, and Malian had lowest win rate, I think at 43 or 44% win rate. Malian is not bad Civ at all, and I would even say Malian is probably like an A tier Civ in my opinion. I think it's a really, really good Civ. It's just a very unique Civ, and in certain situations it requires a lot of micromanagement and focus fire and stuff. But if you played well, I think it's really good. So thumbs up, love playing Malian. And that's going to be it. If you're watching on YouTube, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. The next one we'll be doing is JD or Ayyubid, and those are the only ones left. I have created this kind of video for 14 other Civs now, including Malian. So we got 2 left, and then we'll see what we're gonna do after we finish all the guides. Check me out on Twitch. I'm probably live right now. Twitch gamers, just keep going.